Kune pigs came from New Zealand. They were much prized by the Maoris for their ability to fatten on little more than grass, their placid nature and a tendency not to roam. The Kune breed first came to Britain in 1992 when the British Kune Society was set up to support its members and the breed. Kunes are hairy pigs and come in a range of colours. They come in gold, ginger, brown, black, cream and various spotted combinations. A litter will often contain piglets of different colours. They are compact pigs with a medium to short snout, prick or flopped ears, short sturdy legs and deep bodies. They're smaller than traditional UK breeds. Their most unusual feature has to be the tassels under the chin called piri-piri. These appealing pigs delight in human company and are very hardy and easy to handle. They can live outside in Britain all year long and they just need a simple shelter. So when you're going to show a pig, there's a lot of preparation involved, and if you do it well, then both you and the pig will enjoy it. The first thing we need to do is to remove all of the excess dirt off the pig because they've often come in from a field and they've got mud on them. So we brush all around them, around their ears, along their back, and if they'll let you, you can also brush down their legs and feet as well, as much as you possibly can, and try and make it enjoyable. The pig should certainly enjoy it. Once you've got all of the excess dirt off, you're then ready to put the pig oil on. This is baby oil, but pig oil is cheaper and just as good, and you simply rub it into the skin. This Kune has got some hair loss. It's quite natural in Kune, but this one farrowed, and so they tend to lose a bit of hair when they actually farrow. So it's important to get the skin in good condition. Again, if you can, down the legs, onto the hooves, under the chin, around the ears. And this lifts off dirt and scurf off the skin. So when you shampoo, it comes off more easily. And she is ready now to take and shampoo. Most shows do have facilities for cleaning your pigs, but you can clean them at home rather than bringing them to the show. It's just a set-up cubicle with a hose. Having oiled your pig, you're now ready to shampoo them. The first thing you need to do is to actually get some water on them, just to wet them down a little bit, trying not to get it into their ears, but trying to get water all over them so that you can actually get a good lather up when you put the shampoo on. Most pigs quite like being hosed down because they often get quite hot. So once you've got them all wet, they're ready to put shampoo on. Now I tend to use Head and Shoulders, but you can buy any shampoo, and a lot of children's shampoos and bubble baths are particularly good. And then you just start rubbing it in, and because they're quite wet, you can take the lather all the way around their legs, their ears and their head. And once again, you're trying to work it in to all areas so that you lather them up really well. For the bits down the legs, I tend to put some in my hand a little bit and then go down the legs and scrub each leg and under the armpits, because the judge likes to see that the legs have been nicely cleaned, and all around the belly has been as well. And there we go, one pig ready to rinse. So once you've washed them down and you've hosed them down, you just need to bring them back somewhere where they can dry, and then you just need to clean their eyes and their ears especially. I just use baby wipes. They're particularly effective for doing that. You just need to be very careful and gentle with them so it doesn't cause any stinging. You take these and you, particularly inside the ear, you clean. And sometimes they like it and sometimes they don't. And you can also clean around the eyes. Good girl. And then finally, and you usually do this just before they go into the show ring, if you mix a little bit of baby oil, you can see the proportions there, give it a really good shake, and then you just lightly spray them before they go into the ring. And that just gives them a nice sheen. So when they go into the ring, you can just see their coat glistens rather than having a heavy oil on there. Oil on the trotters, a little bit of oil in your hand, rub it around, and then just literally put it onto the trotters so it makes them quite dark. When you're showing then, handlers are expected to be as well turned out as their pigs, and they have to wear a clean white coat, suitable smart footwear, trousers and a shirt and tie. You've got to stand on the left-hand side of your pig, walking in a clockwise direction around the ring. You hold the board in your left hand and the stick in your right hand. You use the board to direct the pig on the left-hand side and to also stop it from interacting with other pigs. You use the stick on the right-hand side of the pig to direct the pig turning it, making it walk on and stopping it to stand for the judge. You never put the board or yourself between you and the judge. You are trying to ensure that the judge sees your pig at all times. The judge will stop each pig, check their underline and their feet and other things, and will then ask you to walk the pig for them. You need to practice both aspects if you want to do well in the ring. You will notice many handlers will use a stick with a curved handle, and will use this to rub the side of the pig when the judge is looking, and that makes it stand. The judge will also ask you the age of the pig and other relevant details, so you need to know those.
So I chose this pig today because she's generally got the 12 points that we're looking for. She was enjoying being out here. She obviously liked her owner, breeder, and it just made her look dazzling on the day. The nice characters that we look for in a Kune is their head should be a nice broad dished face, no cross jaws, no under or overshot jaws, so just a nice flat tidy mouth would be good, and that's just for grazing and for keeping them well. The ears should be not too far back, not at the sides of their heads. That just makes them breed standard. They should ideally have two nice tassels coming from under their jaws. The neck should be short to medium, jaw light to medium. Some of them are heavier than others depending on what stage of their life they're at. Their body, the shoulders should be level, in proportion with the chest. They should walk really nicely up on their toes. Their hocks shouldn't be together or too far apart. They're just a good square walk, we like to call it. Their tail should naturally sit on the back of their body, not too high, not too low. The next thing that's really important about our Kunes is when they are breeding sows, their teats have to be just as well as we can get them placed, so as the babies can eat off them and not fight because they're too close or too spaced out. 10 teats is ideal for litter sizes, but up to 14, if we could get that, that would be really good. And what we don't want is dud nipples. So what I mean by that is anything flat or inverted, and the reason being is the piglets will have to draw the teat out, and when they're tiny, that's not ideal because they need a good feed straight away. And generally, if they've got a flat teat, it will give up while the babies are growing, and as they get hungry, they'll try and constantly tug on it, making the teat sore. The mummy pig might not want to know in that case. There was no boars in the ring today, but you want your boar to have good, even testicles, and that's for obvious reasons, you know, for producing. You want him to be quite feisty, but not over-aggressive. Ideally, if they go in the ring, you want their mane, which is the crest behind the backs of their ears down to their shoulders, to lay flat. It's just something we like. And you want a coat on all these pigs. They want to have a good coat of hair, and even and coarse, but fairly soft.